Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 8 of season 53, and today we have a matchup against TCN. We really kind of need a win to get our season back on track, and what better way to do so than by bringing Ironheart back to the team. She is finally not banned, so we have her along with Viv and Wiccan, and you know what that means when we have Wiccan on the team. Starting off today on Path 5, we have a Man-Thing here on Node 5. Now this is basically a smaller version of the Man-Thing mini-boss that we fought a few times this season, up on Node 38 I think it is. The nodes are more or less the same, ebb and flow knockdown right back at it. I think the mini-boss has like aggression prowess as well, but the health pool here is much smaller, and so it should be a shorter and a little bit less dangerous fight. Now our strategy here is going to be basically the same as it is in that mini-boss fight. We're going to just go to our special 3 rotation, get that big fury, and then before we launch our special 2, we're going to phase into a heavy to knock him down, put that ebb and flow node on cooldown, which is going to give us our maximum damage output from that special 2. Now you notice I am still running the Resonate Mastery here. That's just for, additional charges for the tactic heal block. Do recall that even when he is debuff immune after a knockdown, attempted debuffs into a debuff immune opponent will still feed the attack tactic. So if there's a situation where our passive heal block falls off, we can have additional chances to get the passive heal block from the tactic, and that's just for extra protection here. Alright, so we got the Fury from the special 3, now we're going to bait out and dodge this special 1. We're going to phase into a heavy, which is going to put the ebb and flow knockdown node on cooldown, do another phase into the special 2, and that's going to give us our maximum damage output, nail all 5 of the prompts for the solar burst, and now we're pretty much set here. Going to bait out this special 1 again, and now we just need to build ourselves back up to a bar of power, bait out that special. Now he's low enough where I feel comfortable just firing off an unblockable special 1. The power gain is not going to push him over a bar, and 2 special 1s is enough to do the job. 0 damage Viv fight, you love to see it. Moving up to Section 2, and wouldn't you know it, it is yet another Dust and Null on Path 4B. Thankfully, this time around, we have the best counter for Dust on 4B, which is Ironheart. So the strategy here, which I've outlined many times over the past couple seasons, you want to use an advanced power boost, Dex at the start for 2 Incinerates, sidestep into your special 1, and then Dex again after it to get enough Incinerates to get your tracking passive up. And once tracking is up, the fight becomes pretty easy. She can't sand you through your block, you can safely block and parry her non-contact attacks, and you have more than enough debuffs to keep the tactic heal block up, which is going to limit her power gain. Now, I do kind of make a little bit of a mistake here. I should have done a bit more work in pushing her to her special 2, because now she has gone unblockable. That unblockable will fall off once these debuffs are removed. So I'm kind of just, wasting time here, as it were. I shouldn't have been hitting into her block so much, but we were able to recover from that. Right here, I end up pushing her to the special 2, which is much more easily punished than the special 1, which is why I like to push her to that. And the fight is pretty much over here. It probably would have been a little bit faster if I had not pushed her only to the special 1 earlier. I would have been able to get to my special 2 and kind of end the fight with like a big burst there. But, either way, we didn't die to a Path 4 Dust, and that's a good war whenever that happens. Alright, next up we have a Null on Node 31. This node, I think, is definitely the more difficult of the 2 4B nodes, just because the Power Sting is up pretty much the whole time, and you have very limited opportunities to use your special attacks, because you only have a window like every 10 hits in your combo. Strategy for this fight, though, is pretty much the same. At the start of the fight, you want to get a stack of your shield spell up, and then you want to add more stacks and keep your spells paused with your various other spells for the entire fight, and that removes completely the threat of Null being unblockable, which he will be for the entire fight. There's no avoiding it. Now, I am keeping one eye on my combo, as I said a moment ago, because when the Power Sting is on you, you need 10 hits in your combo to remove it, and then you only have a few seconds before it comes back again. So if you don't have your special attack ready on that 10th hit of your combo, you kind of just have to wait until your next 10 hits go through. Or you can tank the Power Sting damage, which in this fight is really not that big of a deal, because this is my only Wiccan fight, and it's over before I can even finish talking about it. Alright, next up we have an Ebony Maw on Node 37. Pretty sure I took this fight last season with Ironheart. She is a fantastic counter for Ma in general and on this node. She has so many debuffs that she triggers the tactic heal block quite easily. And there's a lot of healing, which means a lot of opportunities for the tactic power gain if you don't have an effective counter for this node. Now I am knocking him down there. I don't really need to be doing that because once tracking is up, Ironheart cannot miss, so there's really little danger in him gaining that focus. And then again, the tactic heal block is going to take care of any of the Mystic Dispersion power gain from those placebo buffs. You can see them expiring on me every few seconds or so. I think I do take the double special 1 degen in this fight, and I kind of go into any Ma fight kind of expecting that to happen. I think last season I managed to push him consistently to his special 2 and thus avoided that degen, but when you go into a fight with Ma, you kind of expect that you're going to be taking roughly 15-20% of your health in that degen, depending on how cooperative he is with pushing himself to his special 2. Firing off our special 2 and does a nice 44k crit there on one of the hits, and down he goes. Alright, last fight of the war for me is a Node 41 Storm Pyramid X. Again, I think this was a fight that we did last season. Very, very easy. Very little threat here for Ironheart. If we push her to her special 2, and she has enough prowess to make it unblockable, we can safely block unblockable specials from mutants, so no worries there. If we need to remove her prowess, we can do so easily with a heavy attack. But as long as she stays, really loose with those special 1s, the special 2 and that prowess is really never going to be a concern. And again, similarly, as long as she is willing to stay aggressive, throw those special attacks, we're not going to have to worry about the root from Scared Stiff either. I don't think we get rooted at any point here, but if we did, we almost always have a special available, so we can kind of sidestep into that special in order to break the root. So right here, I'll have enough debuffs on her that I'm pushing myself up to my special 2 here. So we're going to light medium, into the special 2, get a nice crit there. No crits at the end, but it doesn't matter. It's still enough to kill her. Unfortunately, we did not come away with the win in this one. 5 kills for me, 0 deaths, and our record on the season falls to 4-3. We have dug ourselves quite the hole to climb out of if we want to make Masters again this season. And, in a season where only 11 wars count, every win is more important. So if we get down to 4 losses, 5 losses, we can probably say goodbye to a Masters finish. So definitely have some work to do ahead of us. I'm confident that we can kind of get back into the swing of things. We'll see what happens with that. I expect the matchmaking to continue to give us difficult opponents. I think GT40 is open for us in the next war, so I fully expect that that's who our opponent will be. But again, we'll see what happens one war at a time. Folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button. As always, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.